Hello guys, and welcome to Right VIP the Righteous channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video I would like to talk to you guys a little bit about buying a Tesla. I am actually considering buying a Tesla, and I would like to let you know which Tesla I have in mind. Now I have how should I say, like, two choices that I could make. Well, two decisions in which Tesla I would like. One of them is just, of course, just get a brand new Tesla Model 3 and get it like the cheapest one possible. So the cheapest one possible would be around $43,000. Like, I believe that is like the standard, based on what I was looking at earlier today. Now, you have an option to select the Tesla that's already available that you don't have to build. That will be a standard option. Tesla just happens to have that one. Now, some of those are priced about $3,000 less, or in some cases slightly more. I think it might be out from the $43,000 point. I think that's probably with a paint option. But with a regular gray pay option, which is a standard option that they come with, that Tesla, I believe, is like $41,000. So let me actually take a look at that. So here's a Model 3, $40,240, and then a second expensive is a $47,240, and then the third one $53,240. Okay, so basically $13,000 more to get a performance one. Basically, you're getting a supercar at that point for the Model 3, because it accelerates 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, which is amazing. Now, the one that's the cheapest, this is what I'm in technically right now. I think this might not be exactly the cheapest. I mean, technically it's the cheapest, because the cheapest one, comes in gray, but it comes with like aero type of hubcaps over wheels, and the rims, they look different. And these are supposed to be premium 19-inch wheels on this particular one, so that may cost just a bit more to be able to get the wheels like this, but the range is about the same. So if I select the cheapest one, the range is 272 miles. Now, this particular one is a 2022 with almost 20,000 miles on it, and the range is 262 miles. Did you know, guys, I actually improved the range on this Model 3 by charging it at home? Yes, sirree, improved it. At first, the most that it could charge is a 152, or like 156 or something. But turns out that the cheapest Tesla enjoys being plugged in. Literally, I went on their website, I read everything about it, and it says actually it likes to be plugged in. It's just basically, it's like leave it plugged in. It likes it. So that's kind of cool. And it's not recommended to run this battery down. Like, so it's recommended to charge it about 20%. Just leave it on charger, so don't run it to zero. Obviously not good for the battery, could damage it. Different style of battery, but we're not going to get into the technology. I'm sure you guys already know all that. But anyways, one of the reasons that I'm thinking about buying myself a brand new Tesla Model 3 is because there's a $7,500 tax credit, which will bring the Tesla down quite a bit. Like, what's it going to really bring down to? 27,940. So then that becomes much better. Now, the tax credit, I've looked into them, and they're a little tricky, and not everybody qualifies. You should definitely seek a tax professional type of help if you're interested in like trying to learn more about that. But based on what I've heard, it's basically for W-2 employees, and if you're going to be paying in, well, if you paid in taxes, let's suppose $9,000, you're gonna get $7,500 of that back. But that stuff, even though I listened to it, I think that stuff, depending on what you're doing, what kind of business, and depends on your family size and everything like that, you may or may not be able to get that $7,500 tax credit. So I may not be able to get it. I don't know, because I am self-employed and I'm not a W-2 employee. So that means I don't really pay any taxes in until it comes tax time, and then I guess we figure out how much money I owe them, right? So that is that. So the second option that I have is, of course, buying a used, like 2013, 2014, maybe even a 15, used Tesla Model S. And I will talk about that in a different video. Some of the justifications going forward on that particular one. That Tesla, that particular Tesla right there, the reason I would actually get a Tesla Model S, well, first of all, it's more of a luxury car, okay? Being that it's an older one, of course, the screen is going to be going like this, you know, like rectangle mode, you know, or lens, well, portrait mode, or something, like whatever you would call that, right? It does have slower charge, I believe, so that's not good, but some of those models are grandfathered into having free access to the superchargers, like for life. So that can be like a major advantage. I was like, wonder, why is it so warm in my car? I'm like, I have temperature selected of 70 something. I had my kids play in the car in here, and they were playing games, watching movies, listening to music while I was sleeping, and they just love it. But anyways, if you're getting a used car, you will possibly get more expensive interest rate. And of course, if you have bad credit, you're going to have more expensive interest rate. But so a used option still can be an option, and I think it's a good option, especially if you could pay cash for it, especially if you could charge it at home and really cherry pick when you're doing these rides. Then I think it's going to be like really, really worth it. Also, if I do buy a brand new Tesla, I will definitely be cherry picking rides, not just taking every little ride that I can. So definitely got to cherry pick on that one. And also there's other things in mind that you have to take into account. Of course, being that it's a brand new Tesla, you're gonna be putting miles on it. It's gonna be depreciating. So yes, you gotta make sure that you do everything that you can in order to make the most amount of money for the miles that you're going to be using. But I think cherry picking will definitely do the trick. And also, according to Elon Musk, the brand new Model 3s, I mean, they're really good cars. They last a very long time. The batteries could last as much as 350,000 miles or more. So if that's the case, nobody's going to really worry about, well, what happens after. I mean, yeah, cars get old. They get miles, they depreciate, then they become cheaper. Sure, they break down. I like to buy used cars and then just basically have them. But anyways, moving on, I'm gonna take a look at some of these things here when it comes to the payment. When it comes to the Tesla payment. So, I selected basically the worst credit history, just in case, you know, because this would probably apply to most everybody. So if you have a better credit history and you put a bigger down payment, you're gonna have a lot better deal. So I just put down like anybody that has 640 credit score or above, and I only put like $1,000 down payment. You know, I used their little calculator here, and it came out to be $787 per month. So that's what the loan amount would be, but that's kind of like an estimate. I think it could also go down or go up, even with this type of credit history, depending on what kind of financing you're gonna get. So now, speaking of financing, so Tesla has in-house financing, kind of, but basically it's just the banks that they work with. So the banks that they're working with right now, it's like Wells Fargo and a bunch of others. So I bank with Wells Fargo, so that can be a plus, I guess, for me. But when I got home this morning and I was looking at all the Teslas and everything, I really stayed up again, like, you know, looking into that stuff. I went on my Capital One account and I pre-qualified myself for a Tesla, put my income in there, put everything in there. So it pre-qualified me for $55,000 car. So of course I could get a Tesla Model 3 Performance if I want. I will still not make the decision until the final steps, because it may be worth it to try to get that, because then I sort of get like a dream car that I want. You know, as far as the performance goes, I really love the performance. Not that I'm going to expedient, but it's I don't know, it's like a good feeling. It's sort of like you buy a Tesla, that's a performance, it looks nice, it resembles a Porsche a little bit, but also it's super fast. It's 3.10 to 60, so it's like, that's like amazing to me. It's got sport suspension, bigger brakes, bigger wheels. Like, I really like that. So with all that being said, guys, I've looked at my YouTube accounts, how much they're paying me, and they're paying me basically slightly more than what I'm going to be paying for the Tesla, even if I get this the worst rate, the worst of all, right? I'm going to be paying a little over $700, like just like what I mentioned, basically. So what that means is, right now I am paying for this Tesla Model 3 rental, which is very similar to the one I'm planning to get, $415 a week. So that's $830 per 2 weeks. So if I buy a Tesla with the worst credit score and everything, I'm going to be only paying $787, so almost $800, you know. So that means that's a big savings. So now my YouTube channel makes me nearly $800. Sometimes it makes me more, but like that's 3 channels combined that make me money. So basically that kind of how it comes out to be. Income can always go up from there. But the cool thing is, I already make enough money at YouTube to buy a Tesla for me if I wanted it. And for the longest time, I've been wanting to really treat myself and to be able to buy what I want. And I look at my car situation, I'm like, well, I'm already happy. I have enough cars and this and that, you know, like I'm good. So I was just changing my mind. But I feel that somehow I'm missing out. I've done all this work, right? Literally, I could have made more money somewhere else, but I've done this work that basically pays me no matter what I do now. It's sort of kind of like I created residual income. So I make money while I sleep. So I don't have to work as hard, and the income is just going to keep rolling in. But plus, I'm also working more on my channels, which means my income is going to be going up, not down. So I feel that I should just buy that Tesla. But by buying it using YouTube funds, with all the money I'm going to save on fuel, I'm going to pay anywhere from $75 to $150 a month for fuel. That's correct, but fuel for charging. So what this actually means is, it's kind of like I doubled my income from YouTube that I was getting. So I basically doubled it. I mean, that's my kind of like spending money. I still have to work and make money elsewhere, whether it's going to be working for Uber, or it's going to be working on my own businesses. I still need a car that saves money on fuel, basically. And now I have a charger at home. I already have the rubber mats that I ordered directly from Tesla. You know, I have these things. So I'm actually getting ready to pick up somebody here locally. This usually never happens. And they're not paying me that good for it, but because over here there's nothing going on, I'm taking it anyways, just so that I don't have to drive for free. And let's see, just want to take a look at that. Okay, yeah, nobody here. I don't know where they at. I don't like when people don't use their location, because this person's location is off. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts, what you think about that. If you watched any of my recent videos, then you will know I'm charging at 10 cents a kilowatt hour at Tesla superchargers. So that's $5 for a full charge. That's kind of like amazing to me that you could even do that. So that really made me think. And I could charge to the full charge in 40 minutes, which is not a time waster. And Teslas are overall fun. I'm gonna get into that in one of my other videos, but they're super fun and they're just enjoyable for the whole family. And I could use it for work and feel successful by having it. But anyways, that's gonna be all for now, guys. I think I said everything I wanted to say in this video. I appreciate you guys. Talk to you in the next video. Bye bye.